Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Run Adventures. Today we're going to be unboxing an Orbea Rise e-bike. So the story behind this was my dad. First of all, there was a great deal on this. So we got for Jensen. There was no sponsorship on this. And then secondly was my dad wants to be able to ride with me over the summer, but he just can't keep up with me. So he got this so he's able to keep up with me and we can actually go on rides together. In longer rides. So we're gonna go ahead, we're into unboxing it. So this is the older version. They came out with the new version of the Rise. I have no clue what color it is. He did not tell me. It is in a large size frame. So I don't know all the details, but just gonna unbox it. Okay, so at the top of the box there is a decent amount of packing. I'll lean it over so you guys can see. I'm gonna start pulling it all out and show you guys what's in it. So over here, this is like the tiny stuff. I just now realized it didn't come with a saddle either. So I have a saddle I will put onto it. It is a Shimano style saddle. So I'll have to use that. It is a full 29-inch bike. Here's the front rim. It is running AR30 offset rims with these looks like Maxxis dissectors. So I'm just gonna put these off to the side. Oh, drop the mic. Hold up. And over here is an actual box. I have a feeling it's like the charger and all that stuff, kind of like the intense boxes. Yeah, so in it you have some, like your receipt and stuff. Then you have an Orbea charger and an Orbea goodie bag. Oh, and they do give you a saddle. Right here. It is a Physique saddle. Doesn't feel all that comfortable. We'll give that a try. And then you have the bag. Inside the bag is just like your main stuff. They do provide a mount, but that's pretty cool for the garments and stuff. We'll go ahead and put that on. Yeah, they provide that. They provide the normal bike stuff, the reflectors and stuff. And then we have the charger. So for a while my dad was debating between this and the RE Nebo Peak, but this is just such a great deal. So we have this. Here's the charger. The reason why he wanted the RE was because it was USB-C. It has all the same connectors and stuff as our phones and our GoPros. But with this being a good deal, this is what we went with. And in the rear, it's a Rincon. So it's a dissector in the front and a Rincon in the rear. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the dropper up and I'm gonna go ahead and put it onto the stand. I didn't need the stand. Okay, so I will weigh it after this to just see how heavy it is. We have that tool now to weigh it. I'll tell you guys right now it's a decent weight. Let me find the dropper post. Oh. Okay, it's not a very long dropper at all. Decent sized battery, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up on the stand, turn the stand, and we're gonna go ahead and start putting it together. It's heavy for this thing. It's okay. Okay, so here's the bike. I'm gonna start taking off all the wrapping, and then we're gonna go ahead. I will end up writing up this video to show you guys some of the modes and stuff, but we're gonna go ahead and start unwrapping it, putting it together, and then charge it all up. The charging port is right here. There's a little thing at the bottom that you click. We definitely will be putting a bottle cage on. Just gotta find one. I don't know if it came with one. So I did have a chance to ride one of these. So did my dad back here a little while ago. So we did end up riding one. It was actually really fun overall. I enjoyed it. I think he did too. And that was partially what convinced him to get this. I'll have to figure this out. Okay, I need to figure out where this thing plugs in at. Yeah, so I'll figure some of this out, because I actually don't know exactly where it all goes in at. I see the cord right here. This is for your display and switch it on and off. So I'll figure out this in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and start at the bottom. Gonna put the front tire on. Then we're gonna do the bars, figure out the bar stuff, and then put the pedals on. We are gonna be running time pedals, just like on all of our bikes. It should be all ready. So you're just gonna drop that out. And then there is a little spacer in here. You should be able to pull it. No, I need to take these off, don't I? Give you guys just a second. Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, I left the thing over there, didn't I? So it is full Fox suspension. I've not looked over all the components, but I'm pretty sure it's SLX, Shimano SLX, and then the Shimano motor. I've not looked at all this stuff on it. I'm gonna grab, because I don't think it came with any tools. I'm gonna have to go grab a set of tools so I can do the here. So just gonna look through the bag real quick what it came with. Fox stuff, which won't end up be needing. Orbea book, won't need that. We probably will end up using this though, because this thing's pretty cool. I'll probably go ahead and throw that on. Got some spare cables. Then you got your normal reflectors, which we will not be using. So this is pretty cool. It came with the Garmin mount, and it mounts up right here. So I probably will end up throwing that on. You just have to take off the bottom one. It's the same thing. So I will go ahead and throw this on, make it look a bit better in the cockpit. So I'm gonna go ahead and go grab some tools, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I decided that I'm just gonna go ahead and plug it in. So you just gotta grab your charging stuff. One end goes in here. Just gonna plug it in, and then we're gonna build it, and we're gonna go ahead and ride it. How much I did with my e-ride. Here. There we go. So the first end, pull off the cover, plug it on in, then be able to carry it on over. Take the plug, and then like I said, you're gonna pull up and under. There's an arrow to show you up. You just gotta plug it in. And I think that's it. It's blinking blue, so I'm assuming it's charging. You still have to figure out how to do everything up here. I don't know if this just plugs in or what. That's not seeming like that's right. What it looks like, this thing goes down here. I guess it did connect. See if it turns on. Don't know how promising that is. Don't know if we have to have it unplugged for it to work. Yeah. There we go. So there's green, which is like mid mode. There's blue. Then there's turbo. See how it works? Just doesn't seem like it's even any power. I don't know, maybe you have to be on the ground for it to work. I do not know, so just gonna go ahead and plug it in again and finish building it, and we'll play around with that. We're gonna take a three-way, gonna unscrew all three of these. And these ones are in halves, so you just have to be a bit more careful with that instead of the full one. Okay, so get that off. Just gonna put it to the side. And there's a little notch, like right in between the two pieces of metal, that you will need to be sure that you get that. Otherwise, you will end up pinching the. Otherwise, you will end up pinching your remote, and that will not be good. Alright, so now we have both of those off. There's this. There's this little tiny quarter here that's coming right out of the bars. You just got to make sure that it gets right in between that notch. Looks like we did it. Something like that. Yep. This is a lot tougher than it looks. Okay, so now for the second bolt. So all the newer ones of these have extra linkage, so they do end up weighing a bit more. The spare linkage is like, I think it's like somewhere like right here. It's connecting from like down here at the bottom of the frame up and like sideways, so that it's a certain way for the bottle cage that you can't have a different, yeah. it's a lot different. So I do like this design a lot more. It is a decent amount lighter. And then this one does not give you an exact battery percentage. It just has, on the little display, it has green for good and yellow. It's getting low, and red. And then the 3 different modes, you have blue as in blue's the lightest mode, or the easiest. It doesn't give you as much assist. And then you have green, which gives you a decent amount of assist. And then you have yellow, which is turbo, so full assist. And there's also an option on it where you don't have to get any assist, and it's just you pedaling. So that'd be really heavy trying to pedal this thing around. This is really weird how they designed it like that. You don't want your stuff sticking up everywhere. It just doesn't look as good. So we're trying to push it down and under. Make it look more like a mountain bike. It just sticks out everywhere. Let's just make it here a bit. It says no gap. I don't know how you would get it with no gap. So that's the littlest gap I can get. I'll just try to torque it down here in a little bit. Next, I'll move on to the saddle, which I'll probably do saddle back. So now we got the handlebars. Actually, the saddle is next. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So this is the guard mount. You just have to take this top out. This bike right here would not work all that good with the stem tool, just the way the stem is designed. So this one will figure out a different way for the tools, because as you guys know, all of our other bikes have stem tools. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna pull the top 2 spacers out. So you're gonna pull these 2 out, and then you're gonna drop one of them, which is gonna be heavier one, and you're gonna replace it with this. And then since there's grooves and stuff, it's already aligned perfectly, so it's pretty nice. Y'all figure out the thing for no gap, because here's the wire is when it's not being pinched. Just gonna tighten it down decently. There we go. That's the front end now. We have the front end done. The modes, like I said, power. It's plugged in, so it's not gonna work. I have no clue what the light button's for, and then there's up modes or down modes. So that's basically the whole entire bike. I'm gonna go ahead and go grab the pedals. We're gonna put the seat on, and that should be it. Just gonna go ahead and start. I'll probably start off with the seats right here. So here's the seat. Doesn't look all that comfortable. Pretty rock hard, but we'll give it a try. There we go. Surprisingly, the bike's not overall heavy. Like, for me, it's just picking it up. The one that I was riding a couple weeks ago was actually pretty heavy. So surprisingly for this one having heavier components and stuff, it actually feels pretty light. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug it. Should be charged pretty much all the way. Bring it over here. See what size we got. This is a size 5. So the 5, and then we're going to take this. That's how we'll start for now. Let's see how that does. Like I said, the tires, there's a thicker Rincon. I have a feeling that the rear will get switched out pretty fast. My dad does not like Rincons. He's not a fan of them when we had them on the intenses. Should hopefully be loose enough. Yeah. There's the saddle. Okay, so just gonna kind of pick it up to the rail. And then go ahead. This might not work. So, I think this one will take all the way out. Okay. There's one screw out. Okay, I try to get on now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it all the way off. Which isn't a big deal, but just takes extra work. Harder than looks. Okay, so I found the other piece, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on really quick, and then it should be done. Then we're gonna go ahead and turn it on and test. Oh, no, I need new pedals. Oh, and these are race face rims, so it's actually a pretty good build overall. You got SLX with race face rims and the Shimano drivetrain. I don't know what the battery is, I just know that. I want that high, that's like very icy. Sure drops a little bit. Loosen this thing up a little bit. There you go. Time to go ahead and go grab the pedals. See, it feels pretty good. Go ahead and grab the pedals, and then you should be ready to just try it. So I'll be right back. Oh, and also you're gonna need grease. Okay, so here's the pedals that we're gonna be using. They're the Time ones, the ATC XC. So put them on. You gotta find out the direction. So this one's gonna go on your right side. This one's going on your left side. So I'm gonna do the right side one first. Then a trick for this is when you want to loosen them, you always go towards the frame. And when you want to tighten them, you always go away from the frame. So that's a good trick to remember. Get some grease on. There's one side, we're gonna do the other. Now I'm gonna tighten it down. Then I'm gonna test it. Then it should be done. Just gotta find a spot to be able to charge it. That was a lot. There we go, that should be good. Put the cap on. Okay, so Got to go test it. Just need to grab my helmet really quick. And we should be good to test. Okay, gonna go ahead and grab my helmet and stuff, and we should be ready to go test. Oh, and then I also have to turn it tubeless, but I won't do in this video because this takes a lot of time, hard to do with one person. But this thing will also be tubeless too, next time I do a video on it. I don't know if I will, because this is I'm not technically supposed to be riding e-bikes. Oh, and hopefully the chain has a bit of lube. That one's good. Flip it. Oh, we're out of gas restrictions. Okay, that's good. Time to go ahead and go grab my helmet. Just want to make sure it works real quick before I actually take it on the quick ride. There we go. So, over to you guys over here. Okay, so just to show you guys, let me. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, this right here is the power button. So it's on, and then you click. Don't know what that does, but that's easy mode, mid mode, turbo. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure it works really quick. Yeah, it's definitely working. As you can tell. The kind of a cool feature about these things is this one's set to once you get 20, it's you pedaling. So if you're going over 20, you can't. It's not gonna give you any extra power. So yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed another video around adventures. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.